National seed, St. Louis, first trip ever. So they were in their league tournament. They got to the championship final and came up just short. And they sat in that pain for a little bit. They watched their opponents get the trophies on the field and promised themselves that they would win it all. They lost their first game of the conference tournament, 4 wins in a row. And here they are with a little bit of difficult travel along the way. 1-2 to Sullivan on a 7-game hitting streak. And she goes down, chasing upstairs. This team a lot. They are very proud to wear St. Louis across the front of their jerseys because majority of this team comes from, if you drew a circle that represented about an hour radius of this club, you get almost every player on the roster inside of that circle. Postseason field, and A&M the number 1 overall national seed for the first time. Dulcis has fouled away a couple and gets soft contact. Davison charges and flips. And just in time to get her
hard up and in at your hands, mid-60s, and then just her pulling that string. It's a tough pitch to read out of her hand.
Burnham, a beauty of a first inning. Couple of strikeouts. It's a knuckleball that she learned at about age 10 and has been throwing it ever since. So we'll see how that pitch dances here today against Courtney Deinfel's Razorbacks. Bottom of the first inning, their first postseason action. Saintly in this particular plate appearance. Sometimes it's seeing pitches, the other times it's getting on base. And an excellent job there from Natalie Sullivan in her 216th consecutive start out in left line. They knew somebody who was a number 99 who they used to play men's fast pitch with, so the nickname showed up, and it stuck. And Reagan Johnson over at first base goes by Johnny. Jimmy to shallow right field. On the move, now he comes to the plate. So this, I think, is the biggest question of this game. How do the Billikens pitch to Bri Ellis?
She is waiting for a strike. She's not going to be overly aggressive. She's going to wait for her pitch still, so she has a great at-bat.
And there goes Johnson in the second base. She is 20 of 22. Never really much to wave the bat at there, so Bri Ellis takes the walk. She's first-year transfer from the University of Texas.
Well, and you have a hitter like Bri Ellis to be able to get the job done, and Day really is a great fit in that spot right behind Ellis.
And Hawk a little bit more nibbling, and now there is nowhere to put Wyckoff. Razorbacks right fielder with the bases full, 1 out.
I think the key with that, with those pitches, is to make sure those are knee height. And we see her when she's missing, just missing off of the plate or a little bit too far inside.
Runners at every base. Johnson at third, Ellis at second, Day at first. And here comes Johnson in to score. Ellis is held up at third base. It's a line drive RBI single for Kaylee Wyckoff. 20 balls, 9 strikes. A laser into center field. Day scores. Wyckoff on her tail. A great start for Arkansas. A couple of wins before they fell against Oklahoma. Knocked off Georgia 5-1. Then Tennessee 6-1. And they are sending a message. Carly Davison goes first pitch hunting, and that's an RBI single. It's 5-0 Razorbacks.
Slappers, and others are better at hard slapping. It's great when you can do both. I'm sure she can, but they tend to be, one way or the other where they're more confident.
That's a liner to short, throw to third, double play, and the inning is over. Quick hand.
And they just gave the confused look, and just shake your head and walk away.
But the results speak for themselves. The fielding percentage on this team is tremendous this year. Down the right field line, on the run. There's Wyckoff. Line out in front just a bit again, but McDowell handles it over at third.
For her, just this program that she has led. You could kind of tell like she had felt that this moment was coming, and this was the year that they were going to do it. They had a win streak of 15.
Second ball hit to the right side by Kramer. This time it finds its way through. Swing-worthy pitches. And they know on the St. Louis staff, it's not hard throwers. It's not pitchers who are going to blow you away with their stuff. They want to work low. Now 59 walks, 58 during the regular season. We're second most in the country. Second most homers this year, too. And the 3-2 lofted left field. But the ballpark holds it, and so does Natalie Sullivan.
About the student part, they don't, because obviously they're in class all the time, but really that is such a huge part of their experience, and they have such a high standard.
It's the ninth matchup between Arkansas and St. Louis. Wyckoff 2-2, past the Defensive Player of the Year in the A-10, Chloe Ryan, and the throw in from center field is off target.
Playing deep and was shaded toward the middle and still got up the middle.
Ryan helped finish off the first inning with a double play. That's playable in right field. Day tags up and heads over to third.
And sometimes it can be harder when you see, different speeds and the knuckleball that you're not used to seeing, but at the same time, we know that they've done their homework and they are prepared for this moment.
Now flare to Ryan, and the inning comes to a close.
Yeah, those numbers that they're putting up are just phenomenal.
0-2, right to Ellis. By the end of Saturday, only 2 teams will remain at every regional, and 1 team emerges from all 16 sites to go on to Supers. To Fayetteville, Arkansas. Geographically, pretty pleasing outcome for St. Louis to get sent here. However, their journey was a little bit different. So it should have been about 5.5 hours on the bus. Instead, it turned
4 a.m. Pacific, and it was 10 p.m., and they still weren't at their hotel, so a little bit of a rough journey across the country.
3-2 is ball 4. So Allie, a pair of game-winning hits, a 10th inning solo home run against Dayton, their big rival, and then an 8th inning walk-off against Fordham in game 1 of the championship series because the Billikens needed to win 2. Shallow left center field. Johnson angles over. So today, her 216th consecutive start of her career. And a 21 on game base streak. Was Gabby Kowalik, the sister of former Kentucky standout and now Texas Tech assistant Kayla Kowalik, who's also playing professionally.
Just the importance of that, and I think you have to, it helps so much to see it, to be embraced, and then just to start following in those footsteps.
3-2, it's a called strike 3. 8-9-1 for Courtney Deifel's Razorbacks here in the third. Natalia Rijo, 2023. That was a huge year for Utah. They went to Supers, and the hitting coach there her freshman year 2 years ago was DJ Gasso, now on staff for Courtney Deifel. And end of the bat, Flair Sullivan on the move. 2 hands, 2 outs. There was even a double play, but it was a line drive to short and then a throw to third. And Johnson, it's a 1-2-3 inning. All of the ongoing legislation and rulemaking around college sports, this is a roster of under 20 players. So everybody's got to be able to bring it every day, but you also know that everybody is going to be tight with everybody because it's...
You could just see her crying.
Abby Ulsis on the ground is short, and all outs for Ulsis. I thought that was so nice to hear.
Yeah, she just didn't, because she's a senior. Basically, she's like, you're my senior battery mate, and I know how much you care, and I know this is it. And she was just like, in my mind, I thought, no, I'm gonna get this hit so we can continue our season and extend it.
So this year, she set school records, career home runs, home runs in a single season. And by the way, the 80 runs batted in, she broke her own record by 26. Chopper third base. And last year got her bachelor's degree in psychology. This year working on graduate studies in public health and social work. Well, a really nice inning for Burnham. 3 balls on the ground.
We'll never forget, like nothing can take that moment from you.
3-1 here, 44 walks for her this year. 3rd highest total in the Southeastern Conference.
Just her numbers as a hitter. Like Coach Deifel talks about, she literally just said, there she absolutely is. And then you add her work ethic. We talked to her. She talked about still kind of figuring out what works and doesn't work as well for her. And I just think the sky's the limit. She's going to keep getting better.
No fewer than 14 home runs in any year of her career. 20 went out and wanted to find a coach who respected her for the player that she is, but also didn't let her sit back and do her own thing and say, well, you know what you're doing.
Reach, I might feel like I didn't do well enough. And this year instead, I'm focusing all on team goals, and now she's surpassing all her own personal goals.
Olsis over to her left, can't get a grip on it. Bases are loaded. Hockman's pitch is gapped and deep. 1 hop off the base of the wall. This may empty the bases. It's a green light. The relay throw is overthrown. A 3-run double for Kaylee
Wyckoff comes up with bases loaded. This pitch is over the outside part of the fence. She's ready, knowing that Hockman needs to pitch to her, and elevates it in this situation. That's what you want to do. You want to hit the green. That ball goes all the way to the protector, and that's a great start in postseason.
Ella McDowell skies it to shallow left field. Shortstop Atalia Rijo, 0 for 1. With a walk, she comes through with an RBI single. It's a clean 10 on the board.
And also, they're getting production throughout the entire lineup. They literally said, we feel like in the past it might have been a couple players that we leaned on too heavily.
That's out in the triangle, and Ryan makes the catch. Shortstop for out number 3. All-American. 13 wins this year for Burnham, the most by an Arkansas freshman in 8 seasons. And on her 19th birthday, on May 3rd, she threw a complete game shutout against LSU and is now 2 outs away. Ground ball outs in a row, got them in order on the middle infield and over toward third base. Last time in the 4th, started out striking out 3 of the first 4.
The foul left field line. Oh. I think if you cannot just take some speed off of it, but also get some movement out of it, it's more effective.
Strikeout number 5.
Playing well right now, and again, 1 through 9 throughout the lineup.
And if she gives up a home run 2 batters in, then Bree Ellis will be the next one coming up. So it's got to be different tomorrow. 1-2. It's in for a called 3rd strike. A run rule victory. Peyton Burnham's first college no-hitter, and the Razorbacks win it 10-0.
And you see the excitement from her teammates, hugs all around. What a great performance, and this is the time you want to be at your best, and we saw that from Burnham tonight.